Well, both candidates have been working for weeks to get people out to vote, and they've held several events vying for your vote.
CBS 46 political analyst Dr. Rashad Ritchie joining us here in the studio. As always, thank you for your insight. Let's talk about voter turnout, because when we had this runoff, even before on November 2nd, you're dealing with a small margin of people. How large of a factor is a small voter turnout?
For a major city, it means everything, right? So here's what's happening. The city of Atlanta will have probably one of the lowest voter turnouts in the history of the mayoral race. That means anything can really happen, right? 14% undecided at the last minute. The race can break it either way. Let's be very clear. I give early vote to Felicia Moore, okay? The trending candidate was Andre Dickens. He came from low 20s. Now he's made it very competitive. Felicia Moore went into the race with 41% of the vote in a field of 14 candidates. Here's another caveat. The city of Atlanta, even though the city council president is the number 2 person to be mayor, the city has never elected the city council president to be mayor.
Never.
Ever.
Let's talk about the low turnout, though, because we saw such historic turnout during the last presidential cycle. Now, obviously, there's not a presidential contest on the ballot this time around. That's going to bring the numbers down. But still, for them to be this low after there was so much enthusiasm, so many first-time voters registering to be a part of this process, where are those voters today?
You know, it's really interesting. So at the end of this, and we're talking about post-analysis, I dare say that places like Buckhead, the area of Buckhead, I don't think they're performing at the same level that they performed before. I think many have relegated themselves to believe that they are going to be a sister city rather than part of the city of Atlanta. In addition to that, you can always follow the money. Felicia Moore and Andre Dickens, they have not raised the massive amount that others have raised before today. And money directly correlates to messaging and distribution, which also connects to getting out the vote. That money was not present in this election as it has been in previous Atlanta mayoral races.
And we still have a ways to go, obviously. The night is not over yet. It's still young. What do you think will be really the major factor? Will it be the ground game? I can tell you what, my phone has blown up with text messages and calls, people coming to my door because I live in the city of Atlanta. Is it the ground game? Is it endorsements? Is it, just trying to win over those undecided voters? What are the factors that will really bring someone to the top?
Based on the science and methodology of politics and campaigning, there's no more effective way to turn a voter for you than direct voter contact. But the challenge with direct voter contact is time and also resources. Manpower, it takes money, it takes a lot of volunteers. But direct voter contact is the best way to increase your vote total. So depending on how many doors they knocked on, how many churches they were able to attend, how many people they could engage with in group dynamics will determine the end of this election.
So many, both candidates have been talking about the fact that they would be ready on day one. But I'm just wondering, though, realistically speaking, which of these candidates is better set up to actually take the reins of city government and lead Atlanta going forward?
You know, it depends on what you believe a mayoral leader should have in them already, right? Some people think it has to do with technical skill and their ability to understand government. Others believe it's about their ideas and opportunity and ability to implement innovative approaches. The truth is, nobody's really ready to be mayor day one. There's a learning curve for everybody, and they have to submit to that learning curve. That's why typically a mayor will say, well, we're going to give this 90 days or 100 days. Well, why are they saying that? Because they need to learn too in the process of being mayor.
Yeah, and so many things can happen, as we've seen with COVID. I mean, it's just incredible. Rashad Ritchie, thank you.
Thank you.
Political
Thanks,
analyst.
Rashad.
We appreciate you.